Jaguars up. We going live. We going live. Okay. I'm gonna wait till people get in. What up, Joey, my man? You always show up and you always comment. I be seeing you, man. You loyal, man. I like that. What up? What's good, everybody? This is the end of the summer wrap up. As you know, today is the official last day of summer. This is Left Side of the Brain. Go ahead, do us a favor. Hit the likes button, hit the subscribe button. Let's wait for a few people to get in. And if you miss it, it'll be uploaded on the channel. And all of those who was like, I wish I made it last time. I'll be telling y'all, you gotta stay. You gotta follow me. You gotta check during the day. I may have uploaded a video. You never know when it comes to Left Side of the Brain. What up, Jack? Jagan? I like that name. Let's wait for a few people to get in. See, on these unofficial, like, spur of the moment live streams, I really just wait till like 10 people get in because this is more like just a spur of the moment thing, unannounced. This is just an unannounced live stream. Now, the ones that I announce, that'll be more formal, you know. But either way, the information is going to be the same, regardless. Where am I at right now? I'm actually outside of this bar, right? I'm at this bar, and I was gonna go in, but then I was like, you know what? I should do a summer wrap up live stream, finishing out the summer semester real strong, and we're gonna recap some of the things, you know. We got 6 people, 3 thumbs up. 6 people in here. At least we can get 6 likes. Come on. Everybody like. Everybody that's in here right now, hit that likes button. 2 more people. That's 4. The other 2, y'all don't hear me. 5, and there's 1 more. Hit that likes button. That'll make 6. There you go. Jaguars up. I like that, man. Y'all 6. Y'all the official ones that made it to this live stream. Let me see if I can shout everybody out. Let me see. Live chat. Let me make sure they're visible. Okay, we got... Who we got in the house? We got Joey G. Shout outs to Joey G. Shout outs to J Dubs. I see you. Jaguar, see you. Shout out to Jagan Chandrasekaran. Sorry if I messed up your name, but shout outs to you. All right, man. 7 people in. 7 is the perfect number. Okay, so we about to get into this live stream. Now, the title of this live stream is The End of the Summer Wrap Up and What is Destiny? We're going to go into that. Why I chose that topic? Well, number 1, because the Spirit gave it to me. And why the Spirit gave it to me? Because it pretty much summarizes everything that we speak about, destiny itself, even with the seasons. And it was destined that the summer would come to an end. Everything is destined in nature. All of the seasons are destined. It's a time and a season for everything. So that means it's destiny, right? So let's talk about destiny. But before we do that, let's speak about this summer. I enjoyed this summer, right? Summer is my favorite month of the year. Why? Because I like the weather. I like seeing pretty women walking around. I like the fact that during the summer you can take vacations. It's a good time to go to the beach. I just love the summertime. Even though I was born in the winter, I just enjoy the summer. It's very fulfilling to me. I get a lot of insights during the summertime. The days are long. It doesn't get night around 6 o'clock like during the summer. like the early part of the summer, it doesn't get dark until like 9 o'clock. I really enjoy that because that keeps me energized, you know. And then when the winter come, it's like as soon as it gets dark around 6, then you start feeling sluggish and everything. So that's why I enjoy the summer. So let's talk about some of the things we discussed this summer. We talked about the book, which is coming along very good. We talked about the 6 laws that governs the human prison bar system. We brought out a lot of good information this summer. We talked about, we defined what a soul is. We defined what spirit is. We dropped a lot of gems this summer. So I implore you to go back through the video library and, you know, check out some of the videos we dropped this summer. Now, let's get into the meat of tonight's live stream. Enough filler. Now let's get into the meat. Let's talk about destiny. All right. It was your destiny to be on this live stream tonight. Okay. Now, on this channel, we dropped another jewel this summer. We dropped the jewel of the law of exceedings. Now, what is the law of exceedings? Now, the law of exceedings is simply this. Everything that you see in nature has a direct correlation with everything that takes place in the spirit realm. And nothing in the natural world around you exceeds that which takes place in the spirit realm. So basically, if you see an example of something in nature, it concurs with what takes place in the spirit world. Everybody got that? So that's what the law of exceedings is. Now, having said that, we will now apply the law of exceedings to destiny. And mind you, everything we say on this channel, all of the terminology we use on this channel, it's original concepts from Left Side of the Brain. Now, I don't say that to brag or boast or anything. I just like to keep our content separated from everybody else so we don't get infused with all of the charlatans that's on YouTube and all of the nonsense. We try to keep our things original and new. Okay. Now, let's apply the law of exceedings to destiny. Now, let's take your body, for instance. I have said on this channel before that everything that's related physically to you, it was already pre-encoded inside of your DNA. What does that mean? That means your height, your weight, your eye color, your hair texture. Something flew on my arm. Your height, your weight, your skin color, your hair texture, all of that was already, your blood type, all of that was already pre-encoded in your DNA before you was even born. Okay? Now, that's a physical example, but it correlates with destiny using the law of exceedings. Like I showed you, everything physically about you was pre-encoded in your DNA. So using the law of exceedings to show that how everything was pre-encoded in your DNA as far as your physical features, spiritually, and I'm applying the law of exceedings to this. Spiritually, everything that you go through is a part of your spiritual destiny. So your destiny is like DNA for the spirit body. So your physical body has actual DNA. Your physical body has actual DNA, and your spirit body has DNA as well. So, everything that you experience in life was already encoded inside of you. Now, does that mean you don't have the authority or the power to change things? No. And I'm not just saying no and leaving it out there bare as no. I'm about to apply the law of exceedings to that no that I just stated. Why I say no to the fact that you don't have any say so to your destiny. If someone would say that, I would say, if someone said, do you have any say so to your destiny? I would say yes. If they said, do you, is it true that you don't have say so in your destiny? I would say no. And I'm going to quantify my no with the law of exceedings. Now, remember, your physical body, everything is pre-encoded, right? You was pre-encoded with hair, right? And fingernails. And your fingernails and your hair was pre-encoded with the ability to grow. Just like your hair was pre-encoded with the ability to grow. Okay? But that pre-encoded DNA does not say that you can't trim your hair. It does not say that you can't trim your fingernails. So, based upon that and applying the law of exceedings, it works for the spirit realm as well. Just because your spirit life was predestinated, that doesn't mean you can't change things in it. Like, you may be in a situation or a circumstance. It was meant for you to be in that situation and circumstance. It was your destiny to be in that situation and circumstance, but that doesn't mean you can't change it or alter the situation or circumstance. Just like I showed you with the trimming of your hair and the clipping of your fingernails. It was pre-encoded for you to have hair and fingernails. Nothing you can do about that. But that don't mean you can't trim or clip those nails. So you get what I'm saying? So just like that, I have explained to you that destiny is real. And on top of that, you can alter your destiny because we have what is called a free will. We have a free will to do things, right? Okay, we got some more people in the house. Let me scroll up. Light Moon, what up? What up? Michelle, what's up? What's up? Shout outs. Dude Solitude, I like that name. What's good? What's good? Not a YouTuber. Hey yo, I think I commented to you a few times. What's up, my man? Listen to this. What's good? Truth and Reality, always in the house. Good to have you here. Who else we got? Young T, what's up? I'm familiar with you in the comment section. Yeah, seem like I'm familiar with everybody that's in the chat messages, and that's a good thing because I do read all of your comments like all throughout the day. I may not be able to address each one like as soon as you like comment, but I do see it, and I try to get to each one like when time permits. So now let's get back to the subject matter. So with this destiny thing, you have the ability to alter your destiny, right? So with that in mind, us as Jaguars, that means that this HPB realm, we have the ability to escape the HPB realm. We have the ability to outmaneuver them. Even though we are here because of what our parents did, That don't mean we have to be subjugated to the laws of the human prison bar system. Now, each and every one of you that's under the sound of my voice right now, we are here because our parents didn't know the information that we know. Meaning, they committed the cardinal sin, which is having children. And you know what? Since I started saying that you shouldn't have kids, I have yet to have anybody refute that statement. Because it's, for a spiritual person, it's so logical and easy to understand that having kids is like pointless. In fact, I was thinking today, right? I was cleaning up my house, right? And I was like, you know how you, after you leave the laundry and you come home and you dump all your clean clothes out, and sometimes you might leave it. So this morning I was like putting my sock pairs together and everything, and I was thinking to myself, I said, everything that we do, even tidying up, it's a lesson in it. And the lesson is, you are performing a purposeless, pointless, recycled ritual. Because I was just thinking, like, I'm folding these socks, folding these boxers, folding these shirts right now, but they're going to get unfolded. And the process of having to wash these clothes and do this and that is going to repeat itself. You see what I'm saying? And it will repeat itself till it gets old and tired, and you got to go buy a new shirt to replace the old shirt. And then that shirt goes through the same wash and dry cycle, and coming home and folding and unfolding, and then that pair of clothes wear out. So saying all that to say, having kids is in the same regard, because you bring the same people into this world, right? Because let's be honest, DNA just repeats itself. The DNA that's trapped in this world and this life cycle, it's the same DNA designed since day one. Just like there hasn't been a new drop of water created since the beginning of time. It's been the same water on this earth since the beginning of time. The same dirt, the same water, the same everything. Since creation, there has not been a single new thing. The same elements that exist now existed 50 billion years ago. So having kids is just like washing laundry and getting the laundry dirty again. So my point is, your destiny don't have to be the same repetitive cycle like everybody else. Once you get the truth, right, you did and fulfilled the most purposeful thing that one can do in this life. And what's the most purposeful thing that one can do in this life? Is finding out the truth. Having open eyes to see and to find out the truth. That's the most meaningful and the only meaningful thing that you can do in this life. Everything else is just going through a wash and dry cycle like laundry. So on this channel, I never promoted like having kids. Me, myself, I don't have no kids. I don't want any kids. I fuck women, don't get me wrong, but I don't want no babies. I don't want any babies because it would be a sin for me, somebody at my level, to have a child when I know all of this that I know. You see what I'm saying? And when you at this level, you never have a dull moment. That's another thing about the truth, man. Spiritual people, we don't get bored. It's impossible for me to get bored, man. If I was in isolation, if they put me in like a isolation chamber or something, I would just go inside myself, man. It's so much to discover inside yourself, yet alone talking about the world around you, but I'm talking about inside yourself. Just closing your eyes and meditating. And I'm gonna tell you how it is. Your mind is endless, man. If you close your eyes and imagine that you was just driving forward in darkness, you would never come to an end. Do this exercise. Close your eyes and just imagine you are traveling forward. There is no obstacles in front of you. You would never cease traveling forward in your mind, because the mind, and that's proof in itself that the mind is endless. Just by you being able to imagine that you can travel and travel, is just like space itself. Your thoughts is a rocket ship, and you can travel in your mind endlessly. So a spiritual person never runs out of room to do something. So I'm never bored. I just get tired of repetitive things. I get disgusted. That's why I be by myself so much, because when I'm by myself, I don't feel boxed in. I feel more boxed in being around them. Trivial Humans Establishing Mayhem. For those who don't know, you might be new to the channel. We got two acronyms we use. We have us and we have them. When I say us, that stands for United Souls. And when I say them, that stands for Trivial Humans Establishing Mayhem. And in a minute, I'm going to get to some of these comments. But y'all give me a second. I'm going to get to some of these comments in a minute. Now, I feel more like boxed in when I'm around people. Because when you are around people, you feel regulated. Because people got emotions, and you might say something that offends somebody, and it might not be the setting or the place, but when I'm by myself, or when I'm speaking like this is 100% me. What you are getting right now, what I'm saying right now, I'm not paid to say this. Nobody is controlling what I say. This is me 100%. You see? So a spiritual person, we are never at a stage of being bored or having a dull moment. How can I have a dull moment and I live for insights? I said it before, and I'll say it now before God himself. The day I stop getting insights, God, take my life away. The day I stop receiving insights, I don't even want to be here. Because there's nothing here. Because I already know what life details in this HPB world. I already know what it's about. So the day I stop getting spiritual insight, I don't need to be here. Like, what would be the purpose? And why do we say human prison bars in the first place? Because you live amongst them. It's more of them than us. It's always more prison bars in an actual prison than the inmates. So that's the law of abundance. That's one of the 6 laws that governs the human prison bar system. By putting us in a world where it's more of them than us, they become the people who dictate how things go in this world. And we got something on this channel. We say that women control the atmosphere, and that's very true. And somebody asked me one time, they said, Left Side, why does it seem like you getting on the women? We're not getting on no women. See, people take truth as misogyny. When I'm saying something about a female, I'm relating the truth. It's not nothing against a woman. Because let me follow it up by this. When I say that women control the atmosphere and it's more of them than us, what I mean is Everything in this world revolves around sex. Everything we do revolves around sex. Everything we do in this life leads to sex or is a direct link from sex itself. And let me explain. And then you'll understand why I say women control the atmosphere. In nature, females, they choose who will sleep with them. It's called mate selection. They choose who will sleep with them. And because we live in a human prison ball world, because more of them dictate the flow of us, and because women are the portal into the HPB realm, quite naturally, just like a prison, they will pat down and search everybody who enters the prison. Now think about it like this. Think about it like you going into Delta Airlines. You got to enter that portal, right? Which is the X-ray machine, where they check to see if you got any weapons on you or anything, and you got to put your bag on the conveyor belt, and then your bag goes down the conveyor belt. That's the portal entry into the airport itself. So when you think about a woman, when I say they control the atmosphere, she has to see if you as a man are worthy enough to sleep with her. And to be approved to sleep with one of these females, you have to pass the criteria list. You have to be one of them 9 times out of 10. And every now and then, they will allow a united soul to sleep with them because they still need some real soul material to latch upon. So every now and then, a HPB female will let you sleep with her, and you end up having a baby. But the purpose of you sleeping with her is the purpose of you sleeping with her is not for no love. But that's another subject. Let me stick to what I'm saying now. So she's going to see if you, number one, if you know the light or not. Now, if you know the light, 9 times out of 10, they won't give you no play. If you don't know the light, and if you walking around in darkness thinking you in the light, then she'll let you fuck. She'll have kids by you, because the whole thing is they want to fill this world up with a whole bunch of them, trivial humans establishing mayhem. They want to flood this world with a bunch of fake people. And then every now and then, a person with a soul will slip through. Now, if you don't act like the human prison bar male, and we say that human prison bar males and human prison bar females, they are on the same team. Both of them are females. So when a person say that I'm talking about females, you don't understand what I'm saying, because I have already made it clear on this channel that when I say females, I'm talking about male and jaguars. Am I right or wrong? Haven't I validated this? Haven't I stated this many times? What do I say the definition of a man is? Let me see if somebody know in the comment section. So we about to dead that thing about I'm getting on females. We about to dead that right now. Not that I have to, or that I care about what people say. I just want to, because I like to verify everything I say and validate it. Let me see if somebody can put in the message. What do I say the definition of a man is? What do I say the definition of a man is? Does anybody know? What do I say? All right, I don't see nobody don't see nobody posted it. Maybe y'all haven't been paying attention. But we say that the definition of a man is when your testosterone is governed by your what? When your testosterone is governed by your what? Does anybody know in the comment section? When your testosterone is governed by your what? Let me see if anybody put it. No. Let me see. Has anybody put it? Right. Wham Wilson. Got it right. Congrats. And Joey G. Got it right. Okay. Thank you. They've been listening. When your testosterone is governed by logic, Super Kenny got it right. That's what we say a male is. So when you see these, so when I say females and women control the atmosphere, I'm talking about HPB females and the female, the HPB female and the actual female with the vagina. In my book, they both the same. In my book, they are both the same. So these are the people who dictate the flow of everything. That's why I say women control the atmosphere. So women also dictate who amongst men are high status or alpha. But their definition of alpha is not our definition of alpha. And I did a video about the definition of a alpha male, a spiritual alpha male versus a ordinary alpha male. Our definition of a man is what? We said a man is someone who has testosterone governed by logic, but also our definition of a man is our definition of a alpha male is a man who lives his life in the pursuit of higher spiritual knowledge. That's our definition of a alpha male. But unfortunately, in this world, that's not their definition of a alpha male. That's not the woman's of this world definition of a alpha male. Her definition is a man who has worldly status, worldly success, worldly fame. He dresses in the trendy attire. That's their definition of alpha. We don't carry that definition. We don't define ourselves by their terminology. So this is why we say women control the atmosphere, because they the ones who judge and choose who will sleep with them. You see, you define us wrongly. Who is Carly Ellison? So not true. This must be some troll. We're not gonna worry about those type of people. We have people in the comment section that can handle people like that. Obviously, this person just got into the chat to say something like that. This is obviously a HPB female, so we're not gonna worry about it, you know, because you gotta understand that the HPBs, like, and that's a case in point. They will show up on the live streams. They will show up in the comment sections. Why do they show up? Because what do we always say? The HPB system is parasitical by nature. So they need something to suck off of, just like a parasite, because they can't exist of and by themselves. But we can exist in and of ourselves. They cannot exist by themselves. They like a mosquito. A mosquito needs blood to live off of. A tick needs blood to live off of. Parasites that live off of blood, they need other life forms to suck off of, because they don't eat vegetation like fruit that grows off the trees. They survive off of blood force energy, just like HPBs. This whole HPB world is built upon egotism. And egotism is all about parasitical nature. Because a person with a ego, with a inflated ego, where do you think they get that inflated ego from? They get it from people around them. They have to put somebody under to make them feel above. Like money itself. Why do you think they got money in this world? So they can have a rich class, a middle class, and a poor class. Because the people at the top, at the pinnacle of the pyramid, so they can feel like they at the top by having poor people to compare themselves to. That's what makes them have that inflated ego. See, they say to themselves, I got all this wealth, I got all this land, I got all this money, but across the river, it's people that's poor, living in cardboard boxes. And that makes me feel successful because I can look out my window and see people that's homeless. That's why they got money. That's why they got this system, because it's built upon egotism. When naturally, this world's supposed to be based upon virtues such as compassion and sharing. If we lived based off of our virtues, we wouldn't have to have money. Because everything in this world is free. But the HPB system is adverse to anything natural. That's why you can't look into nature and use the law of exceedings to explain the use of money, because nothing in nature operates off of money. That means it's outside of nature and it's not natural. That's why you don't see trees with a coin slot where you put a coin in a tree trunk and an apple falls off of the tree, because the concept of money is not from nature. It's alien to nature. And the people who promote these alien ideas and concepts that we live by, they are aliens. So the real aliens are the people that's living unnatural. They the ones that are the aliens, because they got foreign concepts that goes against us, the United Souls, who come from the time before the great falling away. Now, I know I'm putting out a lot of stuff, that a lot of terminology that y'all don't, some of y'all may not know, but some of the older Jags, they probably, they know the things that I'm saying. Like when I said before the time of the great falling away, you got to keep up with the channel to know the lingo that we deal with, because this is not like any other channel that uses that cliche terminology. We don't do that on this channel. To be a Jaguar, you have to speak our language. We got secret codes and things that we utilize. So the foreign people or the alien people are those who promote alien ideas and alien concepts. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, somebody had texted me. Yeah, they the ones that's the aliens, you know what I'm saying? We are the natural people. And we say on this channel, what is chosen? You know what chosen is? And we're going over some things. You probably heard some of these things before, but the title of this live stream is the summer wrap up. So we wrapping things up, going over some things. What's the title of chosen? Somebody texting me. Somebody texting me. What's the title? What do we say what chosen is? Chosen is someone who accepts the truth and lives by the truth, and are always searching the truth. Then by that you are chosen. It's something that you are born with. It's something that is embedded inside of you, like that destiny that we speak of. So for some of you who came into this information, don't take it for granted. It was your destiny to Find the left side of the brain channel. It was your destiny to be on this live stream tonight. I feel like everybody that magnetized them that were magnetized to this channel, is something in you that caused you to come to this channel. Because it's something that, and I'm gonna apply the law of exceedings. If you got a magnet, right? Thank you, Spirit. This is beautiful. If you got a magnet, it won't magnetize dirt, but it will magnetize metal. So this information, you got something in you that makes it possible to attract you to this information in the first place. Because if not one single iota of the truth was not in you, then it's no way that you would be on this live stream tonight. Think about that. It's 22 of you in the house tonight. That means you 22 is something in you that's making you listen. Whether you here to be critical, whether you here to agree. And you know something about people with criticism? Even people that are critical about things, even people that are critical about things, they themselves, now all of a sudden, like, females are just texting me back to back to back. People that are critical about things, they themselves are questioning what they believe. And what happens is, you say something or said something that rattles their belief system, and it makes them question all of the falsehoods that they have held on to their entire life. So that's why when I see women coming into the comment section sometimes making comments and things like that, I don't get mad or upset or emotional about it, because I understand I'm saying something that's piercing through the veil. Because the only time you have controversy is when somebody is rattling the bars of the human prison bar. And then the comments and the criticism, that's just the prison guards running to the cell, trying to stop the chaos and see what's going on. Because every conversation that people have is a potential escape. That's why they bug telephones. That's why YouTube have all of this censorship, because everything that comes out of a person's mouth has the potential to cause a ripple effect throughout this world. That's why every conversation a person has it's a threat. But if it's something that's being said that's not damaging to the HPB realm, then they will promote it. Just like the music that they promote. They want to promote things that makes you dumb and silly and stupid. But things like, and you notice the things that's dumb, silly, and stupid, nobody has nothing bad to say about it. It's only when you saying things that goes against the grain that they got so much to say. You see what I'm saying? Like, if I could have this same conversation in a at a job, in the cafeteria, in the break room, everybody, they wouldn't say nothing if I was talking about basketball or who won the game between the Chicago Bears and the New England Patriots. Nobody would say anything about that, because those conversations would be in alignment with the HPB realm. But the moment I start speaking something like this, then all of a sudden I'm offending somebody. Okay, what if your conversation about football offends me? Nobody's going to agree or be on my side. What if I say your conversation about football and basketball and trivial things, that's offensive to me? Nobody could get written up for that. But the moment I start talking about some spiritual truth, you know what they'll do? They'll call you to the office and they'll say, you can't talk about religion on this job. You can't do this. Why not? Oh, but I thought we had freedom of speech. Yeah, you got freedom of speech right up until you say something that's capable of freeing somebody, right up until you say something that can mess with their pockets, that can mess with their plan and their money then they're gonna say you no longer have freedom of speech. That's when they want to do the censorship thing. You see what I'm saying? I need a drink of water. We got 9 likes. We got 9 likes. Let me see them like. Let me see them likes go up. Let me see them likes go up. Okay, let's read some. I'm gonna go to some of these comments now. Okay. Let me go to some of these comments. Thanks for liking. Thanks for liking. And Carly, don't feel like I was getting on you. You know, I was just. I'm not. See, don't take when I make comments. I'm not getting on anybody, right? I'm just addressing. Like, if the shoe fits, wear it. Okay, let me look at some of these comments. Oh, we got a lot of comments. Somebody says sex is gross. Okay, this is the thing, right? Sex was not even created to be sex can be recreational, but sex is not created to be recreational. Sex is for procreation. Like, everything, like I said, everything that we do in this life is to fund a child and to have a child. You know, women make this world serious because men just want to have sex, really. Women are the ones who are directly linked to the world system. And what I mean by that is, see, when you impregnate a child, not a child, but when you impregnate a woman, she is going to expect you to take care of that child. See, and you should. But the thing is, when you play with women or when you have sex with women, there is a repercussion. The play is over once a child is born, okay? It's no longer recreation or a plaything. It becomes real. So because women are not just fun and you just leave them after having sex, because they have the potential to get pregnant, you can say that women are the ones who make this world serious. Men don't get pregnant. We just have sex for the feeling of it. A man sometimes don't even know he got a woman pregnant. He finds out 2 months later. He'll get a text, I'm pregnant, Johnny. Then he was having a good time and all of a sudden he worried. Oh man, my life about to come to an end. I gotta pay child support. Oh man. Oh, that ain't my child. You know what I'm saying? Then he'll start denying the child and whatnot. So the thing is, women are the ones why this world becomes serious like that. You know what I'm saying? Because they have the world behind them. Women are the ones who produce the slaves that the HPB realm needs to conduct itself. They need a bunch of people. You see, the HPB realm survives off of people. Not just off of people, but by people not knowing the truth. It can be 1 million people in the world, but if 1 million people was against how the system is, there would be no HPB system. They need people to go along with their mandate. They parasite off of your mind and what you believe and what you don't believe. That's why they want you to believe the illusion world, and they want you to put all your energy into it. That's what it all boils down to. So they know that a female will put a lot of stress on a man. Yeah, she fun. Yeah, that body looks good. Yeah, the sex feels good. But what comes from that sex is an eternal being. See, once you place a seed in the ground, you have created something that will continue to create seed after seed after seed. You put an apple seed in the ground, you have created a chain reaction of more apple seeds and more apple seeds. That's the risk of sleeping with a woman. You can end up having some child, some soul who never figures out that this is an HPB world, trapped into this world and going through the process of birth and death forever and ever and ever. But somebody like me, I don't have any kids because I understand that women are just see, things in nature that attracts and looks beautiful is for a reason. She don't look beautiful just for the sake of being beautiful. Again, everything is for the sake of procreation. Even love. Why do you love that woman? You know what love really means? Love really means, see, love is nature's safeguard. It gives you the emotion of love, so you will become attached to the woman, number one. And when you love something, you will take care of it. You love your children because nature wants you to take care of those children. It wants you to keep those children, fatten those children up, keep them alive enough so you can send them off to school to get brainwashed, and you can send them out into the workforce so the HPB realm can latch upon them. That's what the emotion of love is. See, love is all about you getting a woman pregnant. Because a relationship, just a man and a woman fucking and no babies coming out of it, nature is like, hold up, y'all ain't doing the purpose. This thing about you falling in love with him and him falling in love with you is not for no selfish reasons. It's for that thing that you fell in love with. We want you to fertilize those eggs inside that girl. Stupid. That's what nature is telling you. We want you to take that dingaling. We made you attract to her. We want you to take that seed, that sperm, and inject it inside of her so a child will come out of this. See, nature don't care about you just in love and you in love and googly eyes and butterflies in the stomach. If that was the case, then it wouldn't be no people in the world. If that was the case, it wouldn't be no people in the world. You see what I'm saying? So, love is not concerned about that. That's the reason for love, is to get your emotions tied into something. So you will fight for it and take care of it so you can raise it. You know what else? And this might hurt some of your feelings. When you die after having that child, and when you die, it's bye-bye. You left, that child that you left is going to take your place. It's like a game, right? Once the starting five get tired, they just put in another starting five. In high school, we used to call them the bench warmers, the people who never got in the game. So I guess in this life, I'm like a bench warmer because I don't plan on having children. I'm not putting anything in the game. I'm trying to defuse the game. That's why I'm here, to defuse the game. I'm the person who, you playing checkers. I'm the person who pushed the table over. And all the game pieces, they fall all over the floor. That's what left side of the brain is. I'm here to pull the plug. You see? So you get this woman pregnant, and guess what? You just left another player in the game. You dead and gone. You left another player in the game. How is that going to serve you? Oh man, I just want to have kids. You know, I just want to leave a legacy behind. How you leaving a legacy behind? The only legacy that I want to leave is the legacy of understanding what this world was about. If I never understood what this world was about, my life would have been a failure. Because the world's way of success is no win or lose in that. I was thinking about that today. I was like, what is the definition of success? After the spirit said truth and finding out the truth, like I already knew. But I was like, if I was one of those people, what would be my definition of success? You see what I'm saying? Because let's just say if I own 100 businesses and somebody else own 101 businesses, does that mean because they own one business more than me that they are more successful than me? And then I thought about it. Okay, is success based upon who lives the longest? Because I said, if a person lives to be 20 and another person lives to be 25, who is the most successful person in life? Let's say if the person who lived to be 25 was homeless, but he outlived the millionaire who was 20 and died before the man who didn't have much, who lived to be 25. So who was the successful one out of those two? You get what I'm saying? So how are we defining success? So that means it's only one way to define success, and that's by knowing the truth. There is no other way to define it. There is no way. And I like what somebody wrote. They said repetition is the mark of a demon. True intelligence is random and enlightening. That's powerful. That's powerful. Yeah, so truth, the right understanding to heaven, is the only definition of success. Any other way, it's pointless and it makes no sense. Like I said, is it based upon me outliving you? Because how many times during the day do you hear about random accidents? Like today, I was looking at the news and there was this bus crash somewhere in Arizona and like 5 people were killed. And I was just saying to myself, man, those 5 people, they probably had big egos. They probably, you know what I'm saying, thought they was all of this or that. Or that maybe they didn't. But the point is, people do die with big egos and thinking that life was all about their job and everything. But when they die all the same. You know what I'm saying? That's why today I was driving and I was asking this lady, like, could I get over in the left lane? Right? And she looked at me with an attitude. And I didn't see her nod her head or anything. And then she nodded her head with this attitude like, yes. I was about to get mad and lash out and all that, but then I didn't. You know what I thought? I said to myself, this lady will probably be dead 5 minutes from now, 5 years from now. Why would I get upset and mad over something that when I drive down the street, this lady will be forgotten about? And now I'm talking about her now as to make a point about, don't even worry about what people do. They not even, see, these people they nonchalant, man. These ignorant people out here, these people on your job, these people, man, they don't amount to nothing, man. They not, put it like this, and this is something else we'll start saying. If you're dealing with people who don't give you this type of information that we say on this channel, really anything that they say shouldn't mean anything to you. I mean, I look at most people like with no difference than how I look at one of them mannequins in a shopping window. I'm literally at that point. I don't see them for nothing but images on the screen. I just walk past them. I meditate in this type of information like 24/7. I don't let people take me out of my element. You see, what's the number one element you have? You know the greatest gift you have? The greatest gift that a person can have is the ability to think for themselves. That's the greatest gift given to man. The ability to think for yourself. Because they can take everything from you in this life. But one thing they can't take is the truth from you. That's the one thing they can't take. And Look, y'all, I'm not gonna keep this thing long-winded. We will do this again. Let me see if I can answer a question before we leave. We will do this again. This is just a we've been on for like an hour. And again, I'll leave this up. And the next live stream we'll have like a call in and everything when I'll be at my house and everything. So let me see if I can answer a question. Did y'all enjoy tonight's live stream? Let me see the ones in the comment section if you enjoyed it. Did y'all enjoy tonight's live stream? All right, somebody said sex isn't the sole purpose of the penis because you can do the same by masturbating. Now, that's true. Truth and reality. The penis is also what you pee from, you know? But I'm just saying, like, nature, like I was saying, nature, it wants you to use that penis to impregnate a woman, you know? Let me see if anything else catches my eye. Definition of a man: a woman who has figured out the weakness of a male. A woman who has figured out the weakness of a male. The definition of a man. That sounds like some feminist rhetoric to me. Because if a woman who figures out the weakness of a man, she already knows the weakness of a man. A woman is born. See, women are born with the game inside of them. A woman, she don't have to. She got everything a woman does is off of instinct. She gets pregnant without thinking about it. She breastfeeds without thinking about it. Nobody got to teach a woman these things. You see what I'm saying? A woman will call strong weak. Women will say strong is not worthy enough. They will say spiritually enlightened men, like a left side of the brain, they will say you are not, your mind and the way you think, it's opposite of what we are here for. These women are here to put out babies that are in cahoots and in conjunction with this world. You think women are here? Think about this. You think all these women are here to choose men with enlightenment inside of them so they can just get pregnant by men with a lot of enlightenment who will raise their children with enlightenment, so those men will raise babies to go against the HPB system? No, that would defeat the whole purpose of the HPB realm. So that's why it'll never be like that. That's why it'll always be women going for the dirt bags and the so-called bad boys and the thugs, because it's designed to be like that. You see what I'm saying? So that's why they don't choose strong men. A woman will always choose the weakest link. And like I said, sometimes they'll let a good dude slide because they need some of that real soul material to feed upon. But the majority of the time, the law of abundance. One of the ways the laws of abundance is manifested in this world, you see it every day. Most people around you are them, trivial humans establishing mayhem. They have to keep a higher population of them versus us in order for them to have a human prison bar system. And somebody said, but you got to learn and raise your vibrations. See, that sounds like a woman. See, that's another woman. I think that's a woman who made that comment. A lot of times, like we said on this channel, there's no such thing as no lost soul. I did a video about that. Go see that video. Everything is destined. It's no such thing as no lost soul. All right? A person raising their vibrations, it basically means fulfilling your destiny. You will grow into that. But it's no such thing as no lost soul. You know what I'm saying? Masculinity is governed by truth. That's right. Masculinity is governed by truth, governed by logic, truth and logic. All right. Let me scroll down. Yeah, so I'm gonna leave this up for you all to view for your viewing pleasure. Study this live stream. I'm gonna leave it up, and like I said, we will do this again. And this is just a end of summer wrap up, an unannounced live stream. I do this from time to time. So I'd like to thank everybody who showed up tonight. I want all of you who showed up tonight to hit the likes button, subscribe to the channel. We have an Instagram. Go over there to the Instagram at Left Side of the Brain 2. Add us on Instagram. We have a Patreon. www.patreon.com/Left Side of the Brain. You can support the channel. And we're going to have shirts coming out. I'm looking into that tomorrow, where you can actually order shirts and gear. So with that said, hope you all enjoyed the live stream. And until we do this again, this is Left Side of the Brain signing out.